Aaron Whitlow.
Ken Whalen.
We're the Swoop Squad. What are we doing today?
Today we're doing a top 10 list in tribute of Robin Williams. We're doing the top 10 Robin Williams movies that kind of personify who he was as an actor.
Absolutely. This is in reaction to his dying Monday. We actually originally shot this video Tuesday, but we had some technical difficulties. But we're back because why not? I mean, he's worth to do it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get it started. Ken, what is your honorable mention?
My honorable mention is Toys, just because I think that that's a role that really was him. He was a kid at heart, forced to be an adult, and it seemed like who he really was.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty good thought about that. I never thought about that. My honorable mention is kind of similar, but not really. Bicentennial Man. In that movie, he's an android. He's a robot that is created, and over the time he becomes more and more lifelike and human-like. But he notices and goes through a lot of things. I just think it's an awesome movie. If you haven't seen it, I advise you to go check it out. Probably at your local library or video store. So we're gonna jump into our list. Number 10, I have, and we have as collective, is Jack. Jack is almost sort of similar to The Curious Life of Benjamin Button, but in reverse.
Right.
It's about this kid. What kind of similar to Toys, if you think about it, is a guy that is forced to, even though he looks older, he's a kid. He's really a big kid, kind of like you said with Toys. What were your thoughts on it?
It's kind of reminiscent of Big, except the Jack I think is a bit more serious because Jack is he has accelerated aging. He actually is a kid. He's like 8 or 9 years old, but he looks like he's a 50-year-old dude. You know, and all of his friends are 8 and 9 years old, and it's a really interesting movie. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I recommend it. Ken, what is number
9? Number 9 is The Dead Poets Society. It's a classic role of his where he plays the teacher who inspires the kids and gets them into intellectual pursuits rather than just getting through life.
Oh, Captain, my Captain. Yeah, it's interesting little, and the ending scene in that movie. I know it's very
pretty emotional. Yeah.
Number 8 on our list is Popeye. Popeye the Sailor, because why not? I absolutely love this movie. This is the movie that first introduced me to Robin Williams as a kid, because I was a fan of Popeye, and this movie it was amazing seeing a cartoon come to life. And he really played the character.
Yeah.
No one else. He owned that character. No one else can do it.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job, and the way that they made him look up and everything, it was a really solid effort of translating cartoon to real life, and of course, he always does a good job. So.
He always did. Yeah, because he's Robin Williams. What's number 8?
You gotta say it like number 7 is Good Morning Vietnam.
You gotta say it like that.
That 8?
You gotta say it like Good Morning Vietnam.
Oh, okay. You wanna cut that? Then?
No, you can just go ahead and say it.
Oh, number 7 is Good Morning Vietnam.
That's right. We wanted to hear him say that.
I can't do a very good impression, but
good job though. What's that movie about?
It's about he plays a soldier in the army who's a morale officer. He's a DJ, and while he's over there, he's having a good time playing records for the soldiers and stuff. And then things start to kind of hit home, and it's pretty.
Takes a political stand.
Takes a political stance, and some bad things happen, and he just tries. He does the Robin Williams thing, constantly deflecting things with humor.
Absolutely. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Number 6 is a movie that we all love. If you don't like this movie, you have something wrong with you. You should be checked out. I'm pretty sure there's drugs for that. Or maybe you're already on them. Mrs. Doubtfire. Hello.
Very good.
Thank you. This movie, man, is this movie is the reason why I hate Pierce Brosnan. Because of this movie. I love this movie. This movie is just a great movie. It's a great family film.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's really something that the whole family would get behind and really enjoy. So if you have young kids and you have never introduced them to Robin Williams, other than another thing that's on this list, this would probably be a good way to introduce them to Robin Williams, like him as a person, not just his voice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
What we got, my man, for number 5? This is darker.
Number 5 is one of my personal favorites. It is What Dreams May Come. It's a very colorful movie, but the subject matter is very, very dark. He plays a husband who loses his wife.
Suicide, I believe.
Yeah, and decides to go after her. And the trials that ensue are pretty heavy.
It's visually stunning. You know, Guillermo del Toro's kind of similar to his stuff.
Yeah, similar kind of style to Guillermo del Toro. I think he was pretty young when this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
He probably took some
lessons.
Yeah,
but this movie is great. If you hadn't seen it, you would absolutely enjoy it. It kind of borrows heavily off of Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
But you know, we recommend it. What we have for our number 4 in this beautiful list of ours is a beautiful movie itself. Death to Smooching.
Death to Smooching, man.
Death to Smooching.
Hilarious.
Wow.
And dark at the same time. Just an absolute laugh riot. But
how would you compare it to give them a premise of what Death to Smooching is about? How would you compare it with something that we actually have in the real world, like characters?
It's like he plays a character named Rainbow Randolph, who's kind of like a Bozo the Clown meets Mr. Rogers type thing.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And because he's teaching the kids lessons and all that stuff, and then Edward Norton, who's a folk singer, comes up with a character called Smoochie,
which is a rhino, a pink rhino, which is very similar to a
certain
purple
dinosaur, whatever.
Yeah, dinosaur. He didn't want. Well, we weren't fans of Barney anyway, so it's okay. I mean, I grew up with Bozo. Yeah, Bozo. But yeah, and what else happened in this movie?
So Randolph feels threatened that the rhino is going to take over his mega empire over kids entertainment, and takes matters into his own hands and makes several attempts to try and murder the purple rhino.
Oh yes.
And things get way out of hand.
This is it's a dark comedy, but it is absolutely hysterical. Edward Norton is a genius anyway, and Robin Williams and Edward Norton together just is perfect.
It was really good, a really good matchup.
We suggest it. Now for kids, even though it's dealing with kids' characters, this is not a kids movie. It is not a kids movie.
Yeah.
But what is a kids movie is our number 3, and that is Aladdin. Nobody thinks about Aladdin, nor do they think of Jasmine in this movie. They always think about the genie.
Yeah.
This movie could be called Genie.
Yeah. Robin Williams stole it. The genie is an iconic character. It just
his best. I believe this is his best voice work in any animation. He did also Ferngully. He did Robots. You know, he did some stuff like that. But by far, this is his best voice work. This is his most famous voice work, I would say.
It's typical Robin Williams. He just, anytime his character's on screen, it's just like he's vomiting comedy out on you.
Yeah. You're like, oh, that's so funny. It's so gross, but it's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great. Our number 2 on the list, Ken, what is it?
It's a movie that we actually did on a retro movie takedown, Jumanji. Great movie.
Row 5 or 8, my man. Row 5 or 8.
It's one of those things. Robin Williams is known for his comedy, but in this movie, he actually wasn't the comedy.
That's right.
He was a more serious role.
David Allen Greer was actually the comic relief in this movie. Not it's a misconception that is Robin Williams is the comic relief in this film. It's actually David Allen Greer that is that comic relief.
And you know, Robin Williams really played he played a believable character that had been transported to another world at a young age and come back and had no, you know, he was a caveman essentially.
It was great. It is truly, I guess it really is a fish out of water story.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it.
Oh yeah.
This movie, if you haven't seen it, right now it's on Netflix. You can get it at the library probably. You can also get it at your local video store. Recommend you show it to your children.
Yeah.
Great movie. It's
Great
just
kids movie.
it's entertaining. Although there's a lot of things trying to kill these kids.
Yeah.
But
it's a horror movie for children, really.
But it's awesome. We're gonna collectively give you our number one, and it's no surprise. 1, 2, 3. Hook. Why not? Because Hook, it's timeless. It's a timeless movie.
Mm-hmm.
Robin Williams plays Peter Pan. Peter Pan goes away from Neverland and becomes an adult. He marries Wendy. He has children. You know, he has life. He forgets about Neverland. He forgets about his magical essence. You know,
forgets about being a kid.
And he becomes a stern adult. You know, he has children now. And so at the same time, what happens in Neverland?
What happens in Neverland is the Lost Boys have gotten a new leader who is trying to fill Peter's shoes.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing a pretty decent job for the most part, but at the same time, Hook has come up with a plan to exterminate the Lost Boys.
Exterminate?
Yeah.
It's Doctor Who. Yes.
Little Doctor Who for you out there.
I'm a fan.
Oh.
I'm a Whovillian. But yeah, this is our choice, though. You know, this is our list.
I mean, yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, Robin Williams is Peter Pan, or was Peter Pan. Mm-hmm. You know, he's the boy who never grew up.
And that's what we're gonna miss about him is that we're gonna miss that smile. We're gonna miss his committed
energy.
And you know, we're gonna have something on our channel later on talking about depression and things like that. If you have any problems, please holler at us. What would you tell the people to do today?
Just like and subscribe. Thumbs us up, and
see us out.
Yeah.
Check us out. Bye. So that makes sense for that to be our number one movie, Hook.
Absolutely.
It's the greatest. It's one of the greatest movies they ever made. That is our list. What's your list? We want to know what you like. What Robin Williams movies do you like? What do you what would you wish would have been on this list? What's some of your favorite Robin Williams moments? It doesn't even have to be his films. It could be his stand-up television appearances. You know, whatever. Movies that we didn't mention on here is like 1 Hour Photo, another great movie. Insomnia. Final Cut. You know, some of those things. So we left a lot of. This man did a lot of movies, more than these 10. So, you know, what did you like? Anything you want to tell the people? The Swoop Squad?
Yeah, like, share, and subscribe, and appreciate you checking us out.
Mm-hmm. I'm Aaron Whitlow.
I'm Ken Whalen.
And stay classy.